Hello everyone, welcome to the next demo. In today's demo, I wanted to talk on a very interesting topic, a very important one in this space, which is called as Claude Code. Can I get comments that have you heard about Claude Code? Have you worked with Claude Code in the past? Uh, if if you have worked with it, can I get yes, I worked, or probably you know about it, but you have not worked. Can you say first time or something so that I can get an idea? I'm getting few thumbs up, so thinking that you guys have worked with it. But I also wanted to know that from comments. A few people first time, no problem. So people know but never used. Yeah, so I think now what we are seeing here is that uh, the world is changing at a very rapid pace. I think so. When we are designing the course of the curriculum, at that time the Claude Code was not there. It was there, but it's a very preliminary use. So in our course, what we do is, as and when something new comes up, we will try to embrace it. We will try to jump onto it and learn that. And then I would certainly thank my students for that, because they will push me to the limits. Because something new comes up, we try to experiment on that. We try to learn that, see how we can implement that in our real world. One of such thing is Claude Code. We have done a lot of work on this, and I think that this is very essential for us to learn this, especially in the agentic coding space. Okay. So this falls under the agentic AI and agentic coding space. And first thing, let us talk about what are these things, what to do. So in today's demo, I just would like to show you like the glimpses of it so that you get an understanding of what we could do with that. First things first, I need to go to Claude Code or Claude in general. So if I say the website you could do is Claude AI, Claude.ai. If I write Claude.ai, this opens like a simple ChatGPT type thing. And by now we all know this is a ChatGPT is a very popular kind of tooling. But Claude Code is also very popular, and Claude comes up with multiple things. It is provided popular options. So when I say Claude or Claude.ai, it opens up. I've already logged in with my Gmail address, so that it logs in. It says, "Hi Sitaram." What all things we can do with it? You could write. It will help us to write some pre-built things. It help us to learn. It help us to code. Some automate stuff. You could automate certain things, and you could also do some Claude choice related stuff. Now, Claude comes up with a couple of models. There is something called as Opus, which is a powerful reasoning model. The default one which it uses is Claude Sonnet, and the lowest level model which is powerful enough but doesn't consume a lot of money, is the Haiku model. The Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. Claude is the product of Anthropic. They're also in works with another model called as Mythos, which they seems to say that it is the most powerful model, which could do a lot of things. Um, I think it is in cards. Probably in a couple of months, you would see that the model will be also be available like this, where we could do a lot of other stuff. I can also use my voice to give commands so that I can use the voice mode where I can ask question and it will be able to fill it up. And here you would be able to load a couple of other things. You can add photos, take screenshots. And one other things which Claude is very popular is about skills. So it talks about skills. Skills are like certain set of rules which will help us to run a particular project to do some work and get a certain output. All right. So all these things are good. This is what we know. We are we are we are familiar with this kind of setup because day in day out we are using ChatGPT or any other similar kind of thing. Or maybe you might be using Claude also, right? If you are also using Claude along with ChatGPT, again, can you put a yes on the chat window? If you're not using, I would recommend to use it. This is for free. It is very powerful, guys. It will give us very, very powerful results. If you're not using Claude, just using ChatGPT for most of your work, please start using Claude as well, because this gives you a different perspective. Models are much powerful. So I would say there is a war between these models from OpenAI and Anthropic, and we see that they are kind of competing to get the best of the best models outside. But today's topic is not this. We are talking about something called as Claude Code. Claude Code. If I write Claude Code and if I scroll down, so this Claude Code docs, I think so there are other links, sponsored links, but this one is the actual one. Claude.com/product Claude Code. Right. So if I click on that, it opens up. So it shows that this is the product we are talking about. It is built for developers. It is built for thinkers. It will help us to work with Claude directly in your code base. You have to build, debug, and ship, and you can work along with your IDE. Right. I'll show you like how do you do this, how do you work with this and all. It is being used in many companies, even in my company, we are using it. In fact, my company's logo he is not here, but it is a very powerful tool, guys. You will be able to, I'll be able to show you in few seconds, and you will be able to understand what is the power of this. And most of our developers are using it daily. There are certain limit issues in doing this. So this is important because everybody will get the access. And if you want to use these agents for doing your coding, your day-to-day work or project planning and things like that, there are many things we have to learn. So in our course, we are going to learn that. There is very new thing called as spec-driven development. Spec-driven development is something where your way of developing will change, and using these agentic toolings, and that way will help us to use uh, optimized prompts and other things, right? So there's a question like in Claude for free use, very limit prompt taking. Okay, so the question probably is about number of. So Claude Code, Claude is for free. The free version does not allow to use the Claude Code. I'll just show you like what are the options of using for Claude Code. Okay. So if I go for pricing, I open it in the new tab, or maybe click here only. Go for pricing overview. The Claude pricing, we're going into it. So Claude comes up with three pricing models. One is for free, second one is called as Pro, third one is called as Max. The free is the one which provides us the ChatGPT like interface. So you will have a chat and web interface. You can generate code from the ChatGPT like interface. You can write, edit content, text, and all that stuff. You could do a lot of things. Like this is like the powerful ChatGPT we just saw here, right? This is the web version which is available, chat on web, which is available when you go for free. You just give your email address and then you will be able to use the latest powerful models. Now, coming to the Pro, you need to spend $17 per month, and there you will be able to use Claude Code and Claude Cowork. We will learn about Cowork also during the course, but for now, we are just understanding about what is Claude Code. And you could do all these other stuff. You could connect with Microsoft 365, Microsoft Outlook, and other toolings. And the Pro version is everything the same as the so Max version is everything same as the Pro version. Max version you need to pay $100 per month, but it will get like a lot of usage options. So it will get like 5x to 20x of Pro version and higher output limits. You will be like able to do almost like unlimited tokens and prompts and so on. You don't have to worry about the token limits and other stuff. Now I'll talk about what are the tokens, what are the token limits and other things. But basically, if you spend more money per month, right? This is per month billing. You can use it unlimited. Some companies give you accesses. For example, you will have an enterprise team perspective. You will have a team license where you will be able to use those unlimited. The other way you can also go is the API route. API, you can use one of these models. So you can see if you use Opus 4.7 model, this is the most intelligent model available. You will spend $5 per million tokens and $25 per million token output. So what is a token? Token is, in a very simple word, you can think like when you are asking question to these large language models, you are sending information to the large language models. Maybe you can ask a simple question, what is the capital of Telangana? Or what is the capital of India? So if you ask this question, it will be sent to the LLM as tokens. So I have a simple way of understanding token is you can think like one word is equal to one token, but it will be little lesser than that. But just imagine that one word is one token. So if you are saying what is the capital of India, it is like 6 tokens. Understanding? So the 6 tokens will go in the input, and then answer will come as the capital of India is New Delhi. Again, it'll come back in seven tokens. When you spend million tokens, means likewise you ask questions. You are also now sending some document with 100 pages, and it is reading the document. and then making sense of the document, and out of which it has created 30,000 tokens, and so on and so forth. And then you are doing iterative question answer system with that LLM. If it crosses the 1 million tokens, then you will spend $5. If it returns 1 million tokens as an output, so when it is returning output saying that the capital of India is New Delhi, that is like 7 tokens. But once it returns 1 million tokens, you will spend around $25. But this is a very, very powerful model, Opus 4.7. If you go to the decent model, the Sonnet, the default model, you will spend around $3 for 1 million tokens, $15 for 1 million token output. And when you go for the lowest one, which is the Haiku model, you spend $1 for 1 million token and $5 for 1 million token output. Are we guys clear with the tokens and the spend for the individual models? If you have any doubt, please put that in the chat window, guys. All right, I assume that you are clear. So I can use one of these models, and when I use one of these models, I'll be spending. So there are a couple of options in which I can do. I can go individually. I can subscribe for this Pro model or a Max model and other ones, or I can also do something called as an API billing. Okay, so let me first log in. I log into Claude, and okay, for login, I'll show. You can just click login and then you'll be able to log in. I'm already logged into Claude, basic Claude. So this is how it would look like. Now for the installing of the Claude, go back. So if you click on the Claude Code, there are a couple of ways to install Claude Code. So you can get a Claude Code desktop, or if you want to have an extension, you could get an extension for VS Code. I'll show that also. And if you want to download for desktop, you could do that, or you can give this command, right? There is a documentation. You can go to documentation to see how to install Claude. If you come down, multiple ways. So if you want to do it in macOS, Linux, you could copy this command and run. Basically, what this will do, it will do the curl, download the Claude, and install it on your machine. You can also do homebrew. You can say brew install if you're using Mac. You could do brew install Cask Claude Code, and it will install Claude Code. So this is the command you have to run for installing Claude Code. These are the other commands. If you want to run it via Windows command line, you could do it. And what this will do is it will install Claude Code on your machine. On my machine, Claude Code is already installed. So I'll just show you how it would look like. So once I run Claude, so it is already installed on my machine. Once I run Claude, it opens up the option. Yes, I trust this folder, you have to say. And once that is done, your Claude is open. And I've already logged into it. It is using my Haiku model. I'm using the API billing option, and it is using the Haiku model. Now, how does this billing works, and how much billing? So what is this API billing, and how much I need to spend for this and all? Ideally, you need to put around $10 to $20, and depending upon your usage, whatever you're doing, the cost will be spent on that. Now, I can simply use this like a chatbot, or I can use like a very, very powerful machine. Okay, let me say slash model. When you do a slash model, you could also change the model. So if you click here, by default it is I have put to Haiku, but you can also use the Opus 4.7. You will spend, if I use Opus 4.7, you'll spend like $5 per input token, very high effort. And if you use Sonnet, you'll spend like $3 per input, $15 per output. So I'm using Haiku, the basic one right now. I'll spend $1 per input 1 million token and $5 for um, $5 for 1 million output tokens. Wonderful. So what I want to show is something very, very simple. Let me cross this off, and I'll show you. I'll open up a code folder. So I have opened, I have a folder where I have my Claude. So I open a Claude code in this, in the, I open this in a, in something. So let me create a demo project. New folder, I say demo project. So in the demo project, I can create a, so demo project, I can create a file also. For that, I will copy one. I'll talk about this later. I'll show you this later, but for now, apologies, there was a blip in the internet. We share my screen. Can you guys let me know till what point we were connected? So I was talking about, I created this demo project in my folder. Do we did we do till that point? Right. I hope you guys are following me.
Yes, yes, correct. Correct.
Yeah. So what do is I'll share this Claude.md file later on. But just imagine that you need to use this particular file for providing some instructions. Right? I want to create something, so you have to provide some instructions about what you want to create, how do you want to create, and so on. So it uses this workflow agents and tools kind of a structure. Don't worry about what is this file and how to use it and all. But basically, you need this file for running Claude Code on your local. So there are two ways of running it. One way you saw that you could, is it opening so many files? We close these other ones. Apologies, I closed the other ones. So what I was talking is I can write Claude here, and then it opens in a Claude command line CLI mode. Here you see it has opened again in the CLI mode. I can do some work with this here. Or the second way, most ideal way of doing it is using one of the IDE. I use an IDE called Visual Studio Code. You could add extensions to the Visual Studio Code. If I click on this extensions, you can search Claude Code and hit enter. And you should see that the Claude Code extension will be available for you. It is already installed on my machine. So if for you, it will just, the uninstall will not be there. Install will be there if you're installing for the first time. And then once you install, the Claude Code extension will be added onto your machine. So it's a powerful machine, powerful tooling. It is integrated with this with Visual Studio Code, and you could do wonders with it. All right, so come back. Which is here. So I just created this dummy demo project, and here after you install the Claude Code, you would see a little Claude icon here. As you see this small little sparkle icon, which is the Claude Code. I click on that, and it opens the Claude Code on my right side. So it is asking me for the subscription. For I have to log into my account. I click on Claude AI. Oh, cancel. So go back. I will use the Anthropic console. So this is Claude AI subscription. We saw that either I need to have Pro or a Team or an Enterprise subscription. If I give Anthropic, then it will open up with the API access. So when I say open, it opens up in other machine. It is opening up. Just give me a second. This opens up and I log in with my Google account. Just a second. Copy this code. Continue with Julie. So I log in with my account. And once it authenticates, if you come back here, you would see that it is successfully authenticated. Not sure why it's taking time. Is my internet good? Just give me a minute. Yeah, now it is doing it. So once it is done, it opens up like this. It says you logged into the account. You could use the API keys and authorize. So once I say authorize, it logs in, paste this code on Cloud Code, read. Not sure why it is asking to paste code, but generally it will authenticate. So once I authenticate, now it logs in. Now, as you see here, it logged in. Here it gave me that code. It's like a one-time code. Once I paste it, you will be able to log into this session. Once I logged in, now I can do the magic. For example, here I can say like choose slash models. Switch model, I am using Haiku here, the same account, but here in the code specific thing, right? So you're using the same Haiku. Now what I do is I can ask in this project, I'm in the demo project, right? I can say, can you go through the Claude Capital MD file and create a project structure for creating. Can you give me any example? I want to create something with your example. I don't want me to create anything. You give anything. Anything we want to create as a project. Maybe some a small project we want to create. Anybody? Any idea? Any project? So we have like 20 more minutes. I'm hoping that we will create something before that. I want you to give a project rather than me giving it. Some small dummy project or idea of any product which you want to build. I hope you guys are still there. I know it's very late in the night.
Yeah, can you create any e-commerce server like that?
Yeah, yeah. What will it do? What type of e-commerce can be more a little one level specific?
Yeah, like selling a clothes, like men's clothing, something like that.
Okay. So we will say that we will sell shirts. Okay. E-commerce store for selling shirts. We will create a website or an e-commerce store which sell shirts. Is it okay? Uh, to be very specific, I can go and say cotton shirts. Okay. So I'm just saying that my demo project is blank. I'm saying go through the Claude.md file and create a project structure for creating a website for a e-commerce store store which sells cotton shirts. Okay. So I just wrote this. So first it will create that. Okay. Create the project structure. Once I hit enter, it is now getting into reading this structure demo and Claude.md. Perfect. It is saying that I'm using the What framework. It will create workflows, agents, and tools. Required agents it will create. So here it has created e-commerce store. It has created its own markdown. So this is the markdown script it has created. So that it will create all these things. Okay, premium cotton shirts for men and women. Women also it added. Web store, email marketing, a lot of these things are there. And it is created all these things. So it is created first thing what it will create it using the What framework is a markdown. So it has created a markdown. So in workflow, it is creating its own markdowns, product management, and so on and so forth. So It will take some time, few minutes for going and creating it, but once it is done, it should be able to do it. I think we asked it to create an entire store, so it is doing a lot of things. So as you see, it is adding analytics reporting, customer management, inventory tracking, marketing campaigns, order processing, and all that stuff. Okay. So these are the tools. It will create tools. So if you see here, it is creating tools or catalog, then it will create the backend. Here is, as if you're seeing, it is creating the tools. And I've used the edit automatically option, which basically automatically it will take edits. But if you want ask before edits, it will ask you for approval. I've not done, but for this demo purpose, I'm using edit automatically. But if you want to go in a guided approach, you need to use ask before edits, right? So that it will ask every time, should I go ahead and create inventory manager? Should I go and create a product catalog and all that stuff? So it will do that. Okay, we have to spend some more time, but while we are spending, we will learn something else. So while it is, let me go to the command line and I'll show what all things are possible. So while it is doing, you can say like slash context. So context is something which tells that what all things are there. So I have so many skills. I have to see how to clean it up. So this is the context. Context means what all things are being used. We currently the 200,000 tokens is the limit for the Haiku model. We have used 7,000 at the moment. The context will be built as and when we are going and chatting with the bot, trying to tell it to do a lot of things. So for now, we have told it to build this e-commerce, so it is building it. But as and when it builds that, this entire context will be filled. And every time the context will be sent to the LLM in the backend. That is where you will see there will be a lot of spend um, by the company. You need to ensure that you should have optimal spending. So when it says that we have 200,000 context window, it doesn't mean that you have to utilize the entire 200,000. If you use, then you will be spending a lot of money. You need to optimally utilize this context window for uh, writing your codes. So here, as you see, it is given me. So here it is given me the project is complete. I have created the comprehensive project structure for cotton shirts and this thing. The project is e-commerce store, complete structure. This is a project catalog. The backend is a fast API Alchemy testing. Front end is a React application. Database is PostgreSQL, and all these things are there. In example, example, you have to fill the required fields, and so the next steps. So we have to go to getting started. To review the getting started, let me go to where is the getting started. This is the getting started. So if I go to the getting started, this is a markdown file. This is what it has created. What we have to do first is you have to clone this file, and then you have to provide these keys. You have to provide database credentials, edit history, Stripe, SendGrid, and all those things. If you have to build like a full-fledged DB, right? And you have to create a DB, the bash command, and you have to create the PostgreSQL DB, and you have to apply this schema. I think the schema is available in database/schema, whereas database here. So it has created the schema as well. Once you're done, you create a backend and activate and run the command, and it will run. And so you have to run backend separately and you have to run front end separately, and that will run the entire project. Okay, so we have completely overloaded. I was thinking it will create a simple project, but if you see, it has created a full-fledged project, complete project it has created. But for that also, I have to now do some more things. For example, if we go to the example.env, this will create a .env where you have to provide the username password for your PostgreSQL server, which runs on 5432. If at all you're storing some images, you have to provide all the keys, AWS keys, so that it can access the S3. I think this is using AWS. I can go and say that do not use AWS, use it from my local. Likewise, it is also using Stripe for payment. This is where it looks for the payment. Web store URL, it's creating this web store URL, cottonshirts.com. It's created that also. And as you see, it's creating all the information, right? So it's a full-fledged developed application. And for running this, it will take some more time because you see that I have to set up this. It has given me clear instructions of what to do. I just wanted to check if I can just run a front-end application. So I can go into the front end, npm install and npm start. If I do that, would open the front end. So I'll see if I can just run that. So go to the terminal. With a limited time, let's see if I go. Oh, sorry, I'm in the Claude. So we need to navigate. Maybe I'll do in the other. So it is in the Claude folder. I need to navigate to CD demo project, CD front end. Open here. Why don't I see a front end? Back end we see, but front end we don't see, right? I think it is not created the front end. Okay, it is not created the front end. No, I can go and ask saying that. So I'm just saying I don't see that. Here I don't see. So it is now creating the front end. Here see, so it is creating the front end for me. I'll create the React front-end structure now. Let me start the package.json code files. So as you see, it is creating that. It is creating for React app, it will create in the local. That's how it's doing all the work now. So as you see, public source, match, it will write that according to that. I'm just hoping that I'll open up the front end. I'll hope see that it's working. So before that, can you have, if you have any questions, please let me know. You can put in the chat window. Is this helping? I think we are in a very, very preliminary state, but is this helping, guys? Is it because it is now completely writing everything? And believe me, I don't know anything about React. So I have no clue. And I could have done a very simple dummy Hello World project. We could have complete, but we took this as a challenge that we will give it a project which is like real time, full-fledged, and it did create the project. And then how much we would have spent for this? We would have spent like $2 or so for this. Whatever it has done so far, we could have spent like $2 or so for this. If I go back, I can also say, now again, I say, let me say context / context. Around same. So the context is not much. So the same context is being used. Here also it will show. Yeah. So here it is showing that it is 61% of context used. So it's creating a wonderful website. I think a lot of things. It's creating the CSS. You can see source, app files. Anyone React developers in the room? Can you see if it is creating correctly? Yeah. Okay, so there's a question like, can you brief on agentic and orchestration? So agentic AI is whatever it is happening right now. It is using the LLM. The LLM, whichever we are using here, is the Haiku LLM, but agentic AI is nothing but we use the LLM for doing a lot of things. The coding is one part. We could also create agentic applications. We can create agents which does something for us. Like I want an agent to monitor my stocks every day, identify any news pertaining to my stocks, give me early signals. Every day when I, in the morning, it should compile me a report and send me that, okay, this is the current state. So that is an agent. So I want to create some agents which can do work on my behalf, right? So that is what an agentic AI system will be. When we talk about agentic orchestration, we need to basically see like what are the different components, how we can connect all these components and build them. That is what we have to see. So now, if you see the webs, the on the right side, it has completed. A lot of things are there. There are main components. So it has created its own front end README. I go to the front end README. It shows the project structure. This is how it is. I want to see if there is a way I can install. I have to go to the env. So when I say npm start, it will start the development server. And I hope I'll just do the npm start and I'll see if it starts the server. CD front end.
Question actually. how the servers and database, all this integration while the project maintaining, right? So how that can be,
Could you repeat the
like we need
question?
to
I'm not.
integrate with AWS or something.
No, no. Could you repeat
No,
the question? I'm
actually
not able to get it.
the integration. See,
Hmm.
once we build the basic product, right? So we should
Hmm.
maintain the database and integration, those servers, everything. Do we need to buy from AWS or which is also
Yeah, it
provide
depends upon
this
what.
is also provide that
So it depends upon what we want to do. For example, um, okay, let me do an npm start and I'll see if it starts the server. Complete log files. Okay, I'll ask it to test it. Test the front end. Okay, I gave it an instruction and let us come back. So it is asking me questions whether I can do yes, launch, and so on. So the question was about server, right? So here we have created the e-commerce store. For this e-commerce store, it has created the getting started, saying that these are all are required. So if I want to create such kind of a project, it's a full-fledged project. And for this project, we need certain things. Now it is telling that it will use the PostgreSQL. It will use AWS for storing the files, the images of the shirts and other stuff. And it will also integrate with Stripe API for the payment. It will use SendGrid for doing email sending and so on. Imagine we don't need this. I don't want Stripe integration. I don't want to send emails. Or maybe instead of Stripe integration, I want to do Razorpay or some other one. Then I have to change this. If I don't want to store in AWS, I want to store it in the server on which this is running, maybe a local server. Then I can say that, okay, I don't want to store the files in AWS S3. Can I store it in local file system? So then it has to go and change the code accordingly. There is no hard and fast rule. We didn't give its structure. So it has used its own way of doing things. But when I say that, okay, I need to have a system, I need to have an architecture where I store my files on AWS. I need to have and to integrate with an automation system, real-time email processing, real-time payment processing, and all that stuff. Then accordingly, it will work. Got it?
oh, got it. Yeah. So which means that we need to integrate our customized whatever we are using the server gateway or whatever the table gateways that we need to integrate. But how we know that all this will support by this related to code actually.
Yeah, your voice is very feeble. I'm not sure is it only for me, for others also. But I understood the question is if you want to change something, you have to go and delete it. Yes, that you have to do. You need to know how to architect this, and then based on that, you'll be able to build the project. I'm just trying to check if it is at least opening the front end. I think it is saying build successful. Let me try one more time. Not yet open. Yeah, still some things to complete. I think the front end, it will need, okay, it has created the that's thing. It is creating the test summary also here. This is the test summary. Test pass, and this is the framework. The app structures, UNIV file. Outing, everything is working. That's what it said. So you see, this is what it is saying. CD front end, npm install already done, npm start. Somehow it is not opening 10 to me. What I'll do is I'll go to the demo project, open line here, CD front end. It is not opening front end. The name is different, huh? FRONTEND. Oh, sorry, CD e-commerce store front end. So I was giving a wrong one. So I have to go
Hello.
to yeah.
Yeah. So it was created by using React, right, for front end and back end. So once the
Hmm.
application is completely, created, can we able to change it to like Python based framework or something like that?
Yeah, you can change it. You just have to spend more money. That's it. Start. We can change it.
Thank you.
I'm trying to see if it is at least launching the server just to show because our something is asking access. So some warnings are there and it has launched the website. This is how it looks like. This is the website, guys. It has created cotton shirts, premium organic cotton shirts, 100% eco-friendly. Join our newsletter and all that stuff. Right? Go to homepage, shop. The shop is this place where I can go and shop. In fact, the products are not loading because backend is not there. But just imagine you have shirts and products and all that stuff. You will be able to see all the shirts here. You can select by small, large, about page. Nothing is there. Contact is nothing is there. But shop and home, these are there. Shop now, if I say it goes there, cotton shirts. And then there is a cart is also there. So cart functionality is also there. Are you guys getting it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where is it? This one. This is decent enough, right? For the demo part, at least for a extempore demo. I was a little scared because it was creating so much code. Then I thought probably I will mess up the demo. But luckily, so if I spend half an hour more, then I can go and change the environment files for PostgreSQL and tag PostgreSQL. I need to, if I do have AWS access, so probably I can give the AWS access, create an account where I can put all the shirts and all, and then other things. So it can do all that stuff. Maybe I can ignore the payment part, but eventually it will be able to build the entire website. And say you don't like these colors, probably you don't want green, you want orange, or you want blue, purple, or anything, you could tell the model and it will be able to change it. But whatever it has done, I think this is really good. According to me, it is good, but you somebody asked this, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
E-commerce.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, yeah. So for the e-commerce store, whatever we have created, it is decent, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that
Now
it's
sky is the
created.
limit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
I thought that it created like simple project. I don't know. It goes like a long way.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Now this is where we need to learn a lot of things. Now we have spent here, you see, we have almost spent 84% of the context. We will end up spending a lot of money here, and in the future we are going to work with these agents will work with along with us, and we need to know this, how do we manage them, how do we use them appropriately and all. So in our course we are going to learn this is very essential, guys. So I can simply create this project, it will be done, but what are the right methodologies of creating this project? Now I given like one simple command, it give, but is that the right way, or is there some other way of doing things? A lot of those things are necessary, and that's where it provides a lot of information. All right. So in our course, we are going to learn all these things. If you have any further questions, do reach out to the organizers. They will be able to tell you. But today's session, if you have attended my first demo session, it was also something practical. Apologies for somebody who is expecting like a very um, simple demo saying that this is agentic AI, this is generative AI, this is. So I will spend 1 hour and then explaining only the terms. Then you will feel good. Okay, you will feel that okay, I had just know the basics and all. But today's demo, we directly jumped into the code, right? And we need to get ourselves accustomed to this kind of learning. Only then we will be able to learn, or else what happens, you will spend almost like 10-15 days just scratching the surface, but you don't know the real output, right? So in my sessions I wish to have more practical. That is my way of teaching, guys. All right, if you have any
Yes, thank you.
feedback, do let me know. While
Yeah,
it's not
one
like that I will
question.
not teach the basics.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, please.
what is the prerequisite technologies we should know for this training? Any technology
We
sites?
Yeah, yeah, we need to know Python. The basics of Python, if you are familiar with, we will learn the Python for AI, the necessary for things for that. We will learn all those things, but you just need to know uh, basic Python.
Okay, basic points. Okay, means like up to the basics means like up to the classes and inheritance and those
Yeah, yeah.
things.
Basic Python means yeah, classes, functions, how do we write code with Python and all that stuff. Even if it is not Python, any other programming language, if you're familiar, then that is good enough, because I'm not going to teach Python in this course. We will learn the libraries required for AI, but and while we are going through the code, we'll also go through how do we do it. But today's session, it was like we are able to see that within few minutes we are able to create a very huge e-commerce store, right? So coding will become obsolete in the future.
And the same thing can be done in Python also, right? Only
Yes,
it
yes.
will uh, because people don't know we develop the website with React and Node.js, but still they don't know anything about, they cannot maintain it. So the customization also
Correct,
can be uh,
correct, correct. Now what people are doing is they are not putting developers. If I spend $100 on max plan, then that agent will be there for building this project, updating the project, changing it, making it better. adding some functionality, removing functionality, all that stuff. If I tell that, then it will be able to do. Then now it is going to create a lot of code, but to maintain that code, you need to have a good amount of understanding. So that is where the challenge is, and that is where the opportunity is also. Right?
And that after this training, actually, you'll be able to make up the Python level in that to match that
Yes.
build project, right?
Yeah. So we will spend 2 months like this, guys. Today we spend like 1 hour, right? And in 1 hour we are able to see even now this weekend you can work, you can install Cloud Code, do something, create your own project. Maybe you want to create something on stock market, you could do that. Provided you give like $20 or so on, you should be able to create that on your own. So our course will make everybody self-sufficient. By the end of the course, we will spend like 2 months. Just imagine like in the day one, we are like this. By after we complete 2.5 months, the person whoever is now will be completely different after 2 months, and that person will know a lot of things, how to work with agents, how to build our own agents. You could create a dummy projects or enterprise projects, personal projects. So all those things we will be doing in the course, and I
Okay. So
sincerely request them.
what is the theoretical sessions and what is the practicals? At least how many, it's like, the,
Percentage.
yeah, what is the percentage of no, teaching and
uh,
the practical
I would say
one?
70-30%. 70% we will do practical, 30% we will have theory. For example, now if I say agentic AI, there is some theory required. Right? What is agentic AI? I don't know anything about it. So we need to do that, right? So that is where we will do theory. How is the background? What type of models are used? Why we will use the models? What are the different approaches of that? Difference between generative AI and agentic AI. In agentic AI, what are the different methodologies are there? All those things we will cover in the course.
Okay.
All right.
Will
Anybody
it be
else?
the
Any
like
questions? Yeah.
yeah, kind of will it be touching deep learning also? The
We can touch, but what is happening now is people are not using the traditional algorithms for doing. So, for example, deep learning works with images, videos, and text-based data. Now, people are not using those traditional methodologies because now using the generative AI, agentic AI capabilities, I can work with it. So we can touch, we can go through it, what is it and all, but we don't have to deep dive.
okay,
Got it?
got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Any other questions? Apologies, we spend a little 10 more minutes more than the demo time, but I hope it is fruitful. I know that it is very late in the night if you are in the US time zones, Eastern time zone, it will be very late in the night, but I hope it is a well Friday. Sorry, what is today? Friday well spent.
So total duration is 2 months, right? Or more than that?
2 to 2.5 months. Now, if you start, we will start in the May, end of May. So it will be June, July. So by end of July or early August, we will complete the course. 2 months.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Any other questions? If not, thank you very much. I'll let you sleep and I'll go have my breakfast. And thanks for
Okay.
listening.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.